HoneyBuntv.
Spend this money, gorgeous, all on you, girl.
Hey honey buns, as you already know, our first step is folding our fabric over and cutting it down into 2 pieces so we can have more fabric to work with. So when I say fold it over, you should be folding it over the widest part, which is the hamburger way instead of the hot dog way. After that, you're going to have 2 pieces and you are going to take 1 to work with. Now, I'm just showing you how thin/thick this fabric is, as well as how stretchy it is, which is a 4-way stretch. After that, we are going to take piece 1 and fold it over, and we are going to cut our skirt and our top and all the other things that are going to be going along with this project, as you see me doing. Now, I am doing a waistband, of course, and as you can see here, I folded my fabric over with this little piece to make sure that everything is the exact measurement. So if your waist is 32 inches, then you should have a 32-inch long or maybe even a 30-inch long waistband if you are not putting an elastic in. And if you fall short and come up to the conclusion that you do not have enough fabric off of one strip, you can always add another piece onto it and it should give you the exact measurement. Now, I could show y'all how to do that another time, but here I'm just confirming that my waistband matches up with my waist on my skirt portion as well. And if it's too big, guess what? You can always cut it down. Now, we are going to be putting a peplum bottom on. I love me a good peplum. If you're not doing this, you can skip this part just by a couple of seconds. But for a peplum, all you are literally going to do is fold it over into a square and cut the top portion, as you can see here where this triangle is kind of formed, and you are going to open it up. Now, I don't want the peplum part to be too long, so I'm just creating how I did here. I really did it freestyle way, but you can do it however long you want. And again, you're going to fold it into a square and you are going to cut in the shape of kind of like a circular triangle. Now, after that, you should have 2 pieces, 1 for the front, 1 for the back, of course, and you're just going to cut one side so the peplum can open up. This is what it should look like when it is open, and you're just gonna take your time. No rush, because you ain't going nowhere, and baby, neither am I. So we are gonna go ahead and get ready to sew. As previously before, y'all already know we are going to sew good sides together. Now, when we sew good sides together for a skirt, it's only 2 pieces that need to get sewn together, which is your left and your right side of your hip and your waist, basically. And then for the bottom portion, we are going to hem it. And if you don't know how to hem, I got a couple of videos of me making things where you can hem. So if you don't know how to do that, go and refer to that. But typically, I hem my skirt right after I sew it. Now we are just going to insert the waistband on, and I typically like to sew the ends of my waistband. You're just going to sew one end if everything is basically connected, but if you added more on because you didn't have enough, obviously you will sew 2 ends so it can connect. But you're just going to put that waistband on top, right sides facing each other, and literally sew it around as you see me here doing. And you're going to make sure your seams match up too. So once you sew that portion on, you are going to fold the top of that waistband to where you see the bottom of that seam that you started where the waistband is. And again, just like how you put that waistband on and you sewed it around, you're literally going to do the same thing for the waistband. So you are going to sew the bottom of it, really, which is the top, around. And just take your time like I said. Now, I'm just doing my arm area. This video, this DIY bodysuit that I posted a couple weeks ago, you guys can refer to that if you don't know how to insert an armhole or to even do your armhole. But I am going to show you just a little proportion of how to do that, so it is going to go kinds of fast. And all I'm doing here is just taking my arm area, sewing the sides, and then I'm just going to insert it. And I am going to insert it, hold on, let me see, because I always get confused a little bit. We're going to insert it right sides up. So as you can see here, my bodysuit, well, not my bodysuit, well, yeah, my bodysuit, because I ended up making a t-shirt. I don't know why. I just didn't want the bodysuit anymore after I wore it for a day, because it's hot, baby. And you're just going to put your arm right on in there, and this is how the arm area should look. And of course, you are going to hem the bottom because you don't want it to roll up. Now, if you didn't do a peplum bottom, this part does not concern you. You can go ahead and skip a couple of minutes. So as you can see me here doing for the peplum bottom, I have my skirt positioned towards the sewing machine, not where the waistband is, the bottom. And for the peplum, where that first circle starts, so where that little triangle we kind of cut at the top, you're just going to, of course, right sides up, place the peplum piece on top of your skirt. And I'm pleating what I'm doing here to give it even more of a peplum type of look. And you're just gonna put that peplum bottom on and sew it around same way how you did the waistband. Now, I decided to put a bow on my top, which honestly, once you fold it over in this section, you can take a pin and pin it and it will make the bow. You don't necessarily have to sew it down. As you can see me here doing, I am putting my snaps on. I got these from Walmart and the directions are perfect. They are literally on the back. I would recommend you getting a grommet tool because it works a bit faster and it's less work versus a hammer or something heavy to push the snaps down. Because the reality of it is, if you use a hammer or something of that sort, I know from experience, you may squish it and then you ain't gonna have no snap to snap on. Honey buns, this is how it should come out. See you, honey buns, on Honeybuntv next week. Mwah.